Well, hello viewers, welcome. My name is Mr. Paul. I'm a teacher of physics and mathematics. This is MSS Television Live classes, streaming live on YouTube and playing it back on Facebook Live. Now, welcome to the premiere video. Remember, this is MSS TV COVID-19 virtual lessons, because most of the students, actually all the students, are at home right now because of the pandemic. And MSS TV has taken the initiative to air content live on Facebook and live on YouTube for free, so that learners can benefit, and for the candidates, they can also improve their grades towards the end of this year, if the pandemic, of course, will have ended. Now, just like I've mentioned some few moments ago, that I'll be premiering the video. I'll be doing a brief on the KCSE Mathematics Paper 1. We are going to move straight and have an overview of the Paper 1 of the Mathematics, the November 2019 KCSE. And this is how it looks like: the Kenya National Examinations Council, Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, Mathematics Paper 1, Alternative A, November 2019, 2.5 hours. Then, of course, the candidate's supposed to write their details there and to sign, and of course write the date. Now, they're supposed to go through the instructions very carefully. We shall skip that for now. Then, what I just want to inform is that Mathematics Paper 1 and Mathematics generally is one of the easiest subjects to pass. And talking about Paper 1, most of the questions are usually picked from Form 1 and Form 2. You can talk about comfortable 70 to 75%, or even sometimes 80% of the questions being picked from Form 1 and Form 2 work. So if you have the basics in Form 1 and Form 2, then you'll have a very upper hand when it comes to tackling the KCSE Mathematics Paper 1. Now, like you can see, the first question is a question on decimals, where you're supposed to evaluate without using tables or a calculator, and to give you a comfortable 3 marks, right? So question number 2 is question prime factors, factorization. So this again, Form 1 topic. So you're supposed to factorize prime factors, and then you get the cube root and the square root of the numerator and the denominator respectively. You can see the marks distribution there. We are talking about 4 marks. Question 3. Juma left his home at 8:30. He drove a distance of 140 kilometers and arrived at his aunt's home at 10:15 a.m. Determine the average speed in kilometers per hour for Juma's journey. So this kind of question is a question from the topic linear motion in Form 2. Again, 3 marks. So you can see how easy it is to pass KCSE Mathematics by just being acquainted, well versed with the basics. Question 4. Expand and simplify. So this is an algebraic expression. So it's just supposed to open the brackets and then simplify that. You get a comfortable 2 marks. Question 5. In the trapezium PQRS shown below, PQ is 8 and SR is 6. If the area of the trapezium is 28, find the perpendicular distance between PQ and SR. Again, very simple question here, requiring you to just know the formula for finding the area of a trapezium. You get a comfortable 2 marks. Question 6. Given that the cube root of 9 to the power 4 is 3 to the power n, find the value of n. So this is a Form 2 topic by the name indices. So if you just know how to get the index or the power, the simplest power of a number, for example 9 to the power 4, you need to find that in terms of the simplest. That would be 3 to the power what, then times 4. So we shall be coming back to this. You shall be solving each and every one of these questions, so don't worry. Even if you find that the question is tricky to you, you just need to feel encouraged that you're heading in the right direction, if indeed you're watching this channel at this moment. Now, question 7. 3 villages A, B, and C are such that B is 53 kilometers on a bearing of 295 degrees from A, and C is 75 kilometers east of B. Using a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 10 kilometers, draw a diagram to show the relative positions of the villages A, B, and C. So this question is under the topic bearing and scale drawing and surveying, Form 1. You see, you get the first 2 marks, then determine the distance, another 2 marks, And question number 8, a retailer bought a bag of tea leaves. If the retailer were to repack the tea leaves into smaller packets of either 40, 250 or 350, determine the least mass in grams of the tea leaves in the bag. The GCD and the LCM coming in handy here. So we're talking about Form 1, right? Question 9 could be a little bit different. Probably the first time you're encountering a question outside the Form 1 and Form 2. But just like I mentioned, 75% of the questions would be from Form 1 and Form 2. So given that sin 2x is cos 3x minus 10 degrees, find the tan x correct to 4 significant figures. So just understanding the trigonometric ratios here, the relationship between sine, cosine, and the tangent. Question 10. A tourist converted 5820 US dollars into Kenya shillings at the rate of 102.1 per dollar. So while in Kenya he spent for 50,000 and converted the balance into dollars at the rate of 103. Calculate the amount of money to the nearest dollar that remained. So again, this is commercial arithmetic 1, Form 1, right? So moving on swiftly to question number 11. Given that B is 2, 4, C is 3, 2, and A is 3C minus 2B, find the magnitude of A. So this is vectors. Vectors 1, finding the magnitude. And moving on. So we shall be coming back to solve each and every one of these questions. Right now, I'm just giving you a general overview. Question 12. Using a ruler and a pair of compass only, construct a rhombus, PQRS such that PQ is 6 and angle SPQ is 75. Then you're supposed to measure the length of PR. So this again is construction. So general construction, and it's basically the Form 1 work. So question 13. Solve the inequality 2x minus 1 is less than or equal to 3x plus 4 less than 7 minus x. So this is simultaneous, not simultaneous, inequalities, linear inequalities. So we're coming maybe much later to simultaneous. So this is a question in Form 2 under linear inequality. You're supposed to split them to get to inequalities and then solve them to get the integral value of x. The integral values of x rather. Now question 14, given that A is 2, 3, 4, 4, B is x, 1, 2, 3, and that AB is a singular matrix, find the value of x. Again, matrices, just need to know the basics of matrices, finding the determinant, knowing what we mean by a singular matrix, a matrix with no determinant or whose determinant is 0, the basics. So you have as a comfortable 3 marks. Question 15. A trader bought 2 types of bulbs, A and B, at 60 shillings and 56 Kenya shillings respectively. She bought a total of 50 bulbs of both types at a total of 2,872. Determine the number of type A bulbs that she bought. So again, simultaneous equations there. Question 16. A bus plies between 2 towns P and R via Q daily. On each day it departs from Q at 8:15 and stops for 40 minutes at Q before proceeding to R. On a certain day the bus took 5 hours and 40 minutes to travel from P to Q and 3 hours 15 minutes to travel from Q to R. Finding 24-hour clock system. So this is a topic on time, Form 1. So remember, I'm not tackling the questions, I'm just showing you what the KCC 2019 PP1 entailed. And section 2 is a section where you're supposed to select 5 questions. So like you can see, the first questions is a question on volume. All right, and the inlet bag was opened for 10 liters per minute and all that. So it's combined with the rate of work and mixtures. Question 18. Talk about equations of a straight line. So here just need to get versed with the basics, finding the gradient, knowing how to relate perpendicular lines, parallel lines, intersecting lines, the midpoint, etc., and even finding the equation under the intercept. So we are coming to that much later. But right now, let's look at question number 19. A triangle ABC with vertices A 2 minus 2 2, B 1 4, and C minus 1 4 is mapped onto triangle A prime B prime C prime by a reflection in the line y is equal to x plus 1. So this is probably where you encounter the first Form 4 topic, probably the second time, matrices and transformation. We are coming to that. I should be doing that graph again much later. Congruency, so that it's combined with the Form 2. topic. Question 20 is on 3D geometry. The figure below is a right pyramid VEFGH with a square base of 8 centimeters and slant edge of 20. Points A, B, C, and D lie on the slant edge. So again, finding the angles between planes, between lines, finding lengths, etc. So you're going to come back to that. And this looks like it's talking about volume also. Yes, volume of a frustum. So it's a combination of two areas. So we shall be solving that. Question 21 is a question on 40 athletes in a county athletics competition as shown in the table below. So statistics, finding the value of X, stating the model class, finding the mean, finding the median, etc. So this is a question that should harvest you a comfortable 10 marks. Moving on, 22, the figure below represents a triangular flower garden, ABC, in which AB is 4, BC is 5, and BCA is 30. Point D lies on AC such that BD is 4 and angle BDC is obtuse. So find this again, angles. So, and calculating lengths using various rules. You get to know that there are two rules that we use in such a case. We talk about the sine rule and the cosine rule. So we are going again to come back to that much later. Question 23, the shaded region of the graph below shows a piece of land, ABCD, earmarked for building a sub-county hospital. Write down the coordinates of curves AB and DC for X is 0, 200, 400, 600, blah blah blah. So again, this is a question that talks about calculus. We can pretty much find the area under the curve using either the trapezium rule, the mid-ordinate rule, or using integration techniques. So again, we are coming back to that, and that. Oh, we have one more. The equation of a curve is y. So 24. The equation of a curve is y is x cubed plus x squared minus x minus 1. Determine the stationary points. So this is calculus proper. This is called curve sketching. So we shall be coming back to do curve sketching a little bit later, and you'll see how easy it is to pass the KCSE exam. So I just want to encourage, don't feel discouraged even if you found that you're not conversant with any of the questions we've gone through. Don't worry, as long as you'll be watching this channel, the MSS Television, live on YouTube, and also playing the videos later on Facebook. Don't worry, because you'll be getting to know some of these problems, how to solve some of these problems, and many more. So I'll stop at that for now. I'll be coming back to look at KCSE Mathematics Paper 2, KCSE 2019 Mathematics Paper 2. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a short while.